What's up, guys? I'm coming with a new video, and this one right here is for the fellas. Now ladies, hold on, don't turn it off just yet. You can get some great tips from this too. Share these tips with your guy, or if you have a son, share these tips with your son. Get some great tips for the men. I want to talk about your mental and physical well-being today, okay? It's important to make sure that you're strong mentally, that you're healthy mentally, as well as physically. Fellas, whatever you're going through right now, if some of you are going through anything right now, I just want to encourage you to keep going. Maybe you are looking for a job and you haven't had an opportunity open up for you. Keep going. An opportunity will open up for you. Maybe you're in school and those tests are too hard. Keep studying. Get some tutors and keep working at it, and eventually you will succeed. Closed doors in life are not dead ends. They're just opportunities for you to pave a new way. So keep going. I just want to encourage you to make sure that don't allow life to get you in a slump. Keep your mind strong, keep your mind healthy. So let's move on to the physical aspect of yourself. You have to see yourself as a walking billboard. Whenever you go out of the house, people are reading you. What is your image saying? What does your physical appearance say about who you are on the inside? Are you coming off as a confident person? Are you coming off as a well-kept person? Hopefully so. Let me share some tips with you that I do daily. Tip number 1. This one is for everybody, but especially for the kids, because I hope adults already brush their teeth. So kids, brush your teeth at least twice a day. Minimum twice a day, in the mornings and at night. And make sure that you floss daily to keep those teeth and gums healthy. Tip number 2, wash your face day and night. And I don't mean just taking a wet towel and wiping your face off. No, I mean having a real skincare routine where you use a daily cleanser to cleanse your face. Just as it's important to use soap whenever you take a bath, it's just as important to have a good cleanser on your face and deeply cleanse your skin. You need a good cleanser that's gentle to the skin. I highly recommend using Cetaphil because it's gentle on the skin and it's non-irritating, and it deeply cleanses those pores. I also recommend using an apricot scrub at least twice a week in order to get rid of that dead skin and to reveal a more radiant look. Okay, tip number 3. After you wash your face, if you're getting ready to leave the house, or even if you're staying at home and you just have open windows where that sun can get through, you want to protect your skin from the sun by using a sunscreen daily. I highly recommend using Aveeno SPF 50. It goes great on your skin and it protects the skin from those damaging UV rays. Even if you have darker skin tones like myself, it's still important to use a sunscreen because you don't want to get that blotchy, uneven skin tone. Tip number 4, keep yourself trimmed. You never know who you may run into, so it's always a good idea to put your best foot forward. Look, even if you're not going to work, it gives you a more professional look whenever you keep your beard or your mustache shaved and trimmed. I highly recommend using Andy's Tea Outliners. It's a great trimmer. You can get it from Sally's for about $35-40 bucks. Sometimes they have them on sale. So keep yourself trimmed and shaven always. So this tip right here is a simple but needful tip for everybody. You need to use deodorant every day. I emphasize every day. Just like you need to shower every single day. They go hand in hand, okay? Like peanut butter and jelly. They go together, all right? So listen, some of y'all sweat more than others and have a tendency to have a stronger odor more than others. For those of you that have an issue, you need to use your deodorant as needed, okay? One time a day probably just isn't enough, so use it multiple times throughout the day. A good men's deodorant that I love to use is Men's Degree. It goes on smoothly and clearly, and it keeps you fresh longer throughout the day. As far as men's body wash, I use Dove's Men's Complete Care. It keeps you fresh and it gives you a nice, clean scent. So fellas, this next tip is for you. It's to lotion yourself. Lotion yourself from head to toe. Let me emphasize toes. I know some of y'all fellas don't lotion your feet, but you need to start lotioning your feet. Imagine whenever you see a lady, right? And the lady looking good. What do? You go to her feet to see if her feet are ashy. And it's so unattractive if she has that thick ash at the back of her heels. You're like, So fellas, likewise, make sure that you don't have that thick ash on the back of your heel. Make sure that you lotion that and lotion your toes. Keep it together. And this next tip, since we're talking about feet, make sure that you keep those toenails and fingernails completely trimmed. It gives you a nice professional posh look. And look, trim all those fingernails too. because we all know what it means when you have all your fingernails trimmed except that pinky fingernail. So make sure that you keep those things trimmed up, fellas. Okay, fellas, so now you're looking good, you're feeling good, you're getting ready to step out of the house, but before you leave, you gotta make sure you're smelling good. So I highly recommend having a good cologne game. Something that's not too strong, but lightly scented that packs a powerful punch. These are some that I recommend that I use, and they go well in a very professional setting, and in fact in all settings. Versace Eros is a good smelling cologne. It's a crowd pleaser, a light scent to it, and it goes a long way. Another one that's not as pricey is this black walnut and this Wildblue. I get both of those from Banana Republic, and they smell great. So make sure that you have your cologne game up to par. Okay, so we come to the end of the video, and those are all the tips I have for you today. I think those were some great tips, but don't just take my word for it. Take it from my wife, because a woman knows what she wants out of a man. Babe, were those some great tips that I shared today?
Yeah, I think those are some really good tips, and they were on point.
They were on point. You heard it here first. It's wifey approved. Listen, like the video. Also, comment on the video. We love to read your comments. Hit that subscribe button, and feel free to share this video so that everyone else can hear these awesome tips. And until next time, see you in the next video.